United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for the recent shooting that took place in Nashville. Please take your seats. The executive session was held prior to this meeting to discuss personnel and real property. Roll call, please.
Brochus.
Here.
Reichner.
Here.
Bernhardt. Here.
Is there any public comments on agenda items at this time? Any public comments on agenda items at this time? All right. Sweet.
Hello, everybody. So, again, very thankful to our local businesses that we have here in the city of Sunbury. I have a few donations that I'd like the council to make a motion to accept on behalf of the city committee. First one's $3,000 from TNT Home Health for the park bench sponsorship. $1,000 from the Shamokin Dam Fire Department in Memphis, Steve Brown. $500 from the Fraternal Order of Eagles Establishment. And $500 from Biders Furniture here in Sunbury.
I'll make the motion to accept those funds for the suite committee.
I'll second. Reichner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister. Brochus.
Yes.
And I have a motion to allow me to purchase our second bench paid for through the TNT Home Health.
Motion.
Second.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Yes.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichner.
Yes.
And so Original Talent Pizza here in Sunbury, they're becoming one of our partner sponsorships because they're sponsoring a lunch for volunteers for the remainder of this year.
Who is sorry?
Hawaii. And then back in November, we applied, or the city allowed us to apply for a $1,000 grant from the Charlie B. Davidson Foundation. In February, the city was awarded the letter of it, and we just began utilizing that funding this month on our first Sweet Stewardship program, the event that we held last Sunday, which brought out over 20 volunteers to the property. Especially Service and Action Cablevision, they sent some of their employees out, and along with Scout Troop 333. So this last weekend, there was definitely a lot of hands-on at the park. And then with the community involvement, so the sweep program that we're doing, it's involving the youth from the local neighborhoods and the community itself, and we're getting their input on what they want at the park. So the idea from within the community for this year to focus on our sweep stewardship program is we're going to be learning about and constructing and then installing a back and duck house on our wetlands. And then we're getting all of our information from the Pennsylvania state. So it's all state recommendations. Any questions?
How close are you to finishing?
Well, that depends on the city and the construction. Yeah. So whatever you want to do the bidding for that portion. And then that reminds me, so there was one more thing. The kids keep, and the people using the park, they keep asking me, the center trail, is it on the official plans now that we're now connecting it to the old railroad? On that national trail. I think it's
Discuss that in that one meeting. Next time he's in town, I'll let you know prior to the next time.
And as far as the progress of the grant, it's going to take some time. DCNR, they have their own processes, and we're working through the processes of that phase where we're at. So no timetable as far as when we can go out to bid for it. It's just we're on their timetable.
Our goal is to have it done this year.
Well, I think CNR said they were planning construction at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, their goal is paperwork done by the end of this year, bid out next year, beginning of next year. That's their goal.
So that's fine because it's so we're going to be accepting sponsorships until the completion of construction. So we're looking for additional local businesses or organizations to get involved if they want to donate. Ask them to definitely reach out to the mayor's office so they can get in contact. Any other questions?
Just one statement, Kurt. If you want to, I wrote down what you talked about with the Legacy, the stewardship program. If you want to make a bigger narrative that you want to send to them or whatever outside of what I just took from your notes, just send it to them. The stewardship program that,
Yeah, just submit for the grant?
yeah, that they want to know about what's going on outside of what you just said.
Okay.
If you want to elaborate on anything further, you can send it to me. If not, I'll just send what you.
Yeah, I'll send you all.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
DEI, the update will be held for next meeting from Andres. Unfinished business, there is no unfinished business, but there is new business. The fee schedule, I'm just gonna table that until a later date. So do I have a motion to table the fee schedule to a later date?
I'll second.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Yes.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Reserved parking space, Cardello's on Market Street is requesting reserve/purchase, whatever the proper wording is, for 3 parking spots in the lot behind them on, I guess it would be Woodlawn Avenue. Thank you, Chief. So they had all their paperwork filled out. They're just asking for council to approve that for their 3 spots. So I think that I asked for, I make the motion to have those 3 spots reserved for them. Do I have a second?
Second.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister. Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Councilman Barnhart.
Make a motion to approve the second reading of the ordinance, the public nuisance abatement.
Second.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2023-17, City of Sunbury exemptions for commercial property inspections.
Second.
Martina. Yes. Ister. Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Council Martino. Councilwoman Martino, excuse me.
I make a motion to accept resolution 2023-18, DPW City of Sunbury for our sale list, so Steve can get them all out.
Second.
Ister.
Yes.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina.
Yes.
Councilman Ister.
Yes, we received a letter from Marie. Okay, anyhow. From Mr. Schreck, which is the board president, regarding the property at 441 Chester Street, this is the warehouse which we all know about. We would like to take and donate that back to the city of Sunbury.
Question.
Yes.
I think we ought to table this until our attorney finds out if there's gonna be any impact to the Iraq feed grant.
Okay, that's fine.
Ownership of
That's fine.
that. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Slade, can you
Yeah.
contact me then about that rec?
Sure will.
I'll second.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Yes.
Councilman Ister, keep going.
Yes, I just want to mention that the trailer, we all want to take out the events. So I think council should start looking around for money to purchase. I'll get some quotes until next meeting.
Keep on going, Councilman.
Next thing, LPG and swimming pool. Some quotes that we received from Tibbetts Water Corporation. We're working with the Davis Team Foundation, and the total price to do the chemicals, controllers and so forth, in those 3 locations is $34,374. Make a motion to proceed.
And the ARCO stars.
Yes, the ARCO stars. Thank you.
Did you make that a motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina.
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
And I have Norfolk Southern has notified us that they're raising the rent on the parcel we leased across from the office on Chestnut Street. It's up to $3,550. I can make a formal motion to have our solicitor look at the contract and proceed.
Second.
Thank you.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Yes.
Brochus.
Yes.
Reichner?
Yes.
Martina, Barnhart?
Yes.
Councilman Reichner.
Okay, we have outstanding bills of $405,444.40 from the general fund and $1,048 from liquid fuels. I make a motion to pay these bills.
Ister? Brochus?
Yes.
Reichner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina?
Yes.
Discussion, we have some thank you letters. Jerome, I didn't know if you want to speak about the one from the Americas because it's just a general public, I don't know if you want to speak about it. You can do it.
Well, we're thankful for Derek helping out with the grant that we got for $100,000 from the, I think it's the gambling fund, the local share.
correct, yes.
From the gambling fund. Fortunate us along with these things to get $100,000.
I think the city was very happy to help you and anything else we can do to help the fire department and their companies. And there was one from the Chicopee School District thanking the city and for their donation to the needs of the children in our community that came from Ted Ziegler and the school board. So that was just going to acknowledge that they appreciate our also helping with the donation. I believe that was from the 250. So I just want to make everyone aware of that as well.
Just have a question or a comment between the code office and the treasurer's office. I'd just like to know how many churches we have in the city of Sunbury and how many fire companies, well, we know that. And how many nonprofits from the Moose to the Eagles and so forth. I'd just like to have a list generated to know how many buildings we're talking about.
Well, are you talking about fire companies or the buildings? Because you're.
Buildings
Okay.
attached to Fire Company X, so many buildings, Church X. I'd like to get the, I was sitting here trying to count, I'm thinking around 35, I might be high, I'm not sure. So I think it's something we should take in.
Announcements, accepting letters of interest to fill the vacant three-year term on the Board of Appeals in the Hart. All interested letters, please submit to the city clerk at jbarner@sunburypa.org. The City of Sunbury mulch giveaway will be Saturday, May 6th. It runs from 7:30 a.m. till noon. The city brush recycling center will be open for the 2023 season on April 1st. The hours are from 7:30 a.m. till noon. The e-cycling event will take place April 8th from 10 a.m. to 12 at the James R. Heister Community Center. The 460 Arch Street property will be up for auction by the Redevelopment Authority on April 29th. More information can be found at sunburyredevelopment.org. And, I missed the one letter of interest to the alternate for the Shade Tree Committee. Anyone interested may submit their letters to the city clerk once again. The next council meeting will be held here at City Hall on April 10th at 6:15. And is there any public comment at this time? Chief?
Real quick, most of you have seen the DPW, Department of Public Works has been downtown along with Todd, my leader enforcement officer, putting the signs up for the pay-as-you-go. You'll see on the signs, it'll say Sun City Street or Sun City Lot in the lots and the specific lot number. You'll text that number to 25023. You'll get a link that pulls it up. We've already had people using it since we put the signs up on Thursday. We already have people using it. It's a very easy website to use, and you can still use quarters. You can use some streets, but a lot of people have actually had a grateful for it. I know some people weren't happy about it, but for most, we get some positive feedback on it, but something new, at least for the city here, it's not something new that's been all over. Everywhere you go, you see stuff like this anywhere you go, not just small towns, large cities and small towns. So there's also a QR code on the sign itself. But if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, come see me anytime. Thank you.
So you're saying that no parking warrants are in effect?
That too.
All right, is there any public comment at this time? Oh, sorry.
You guys, April 15th, I skipped this, April 15th, the Shade Tree Committee, downstairs in front of City Hall, they're gonna be giving out 800 sapling trees. There's 16 different kind of trees. You can come to the event, take the trees. They want you to register. They want to know what trees you take with you. They want to know where you're going to plant them because they want to track them over the years to see how they progress. So, if you guys have any questions about that, like I said, it's April 15th from 9 to 12 downstairs in the front lobby. Right, Joe? That's him. Downstairs, front lobby, downstairs, guys. 9 to 12 on the 15th.
Any other public comment at this time? Please state your name.
Jody Ocker, I'm here on behalf of Sunbury Revitalization. I just wanted to say that we had the small business organization meeting on March 20th last week. It was a really good showing. There were 35 people there, and there was representation from 15 different Sunbury businesses. The outcome was very positive, and we're going to keep pushing forward. Our next meeting for the small business organization is on April 17th at 6 p.m. and this time it will be at the Albright Center. Any of the business owners here that would like more information, you can go to our website, the Small Business Assistance page on our website, or contact SRI or see me after the meeting.
What time did you say it was?
6 p.m. So we're just getting the organization started, so come on board.
Please state your name, sir.
Sure, Dennis Schaefer. My comment is just a question regarding the new parking that we have now, residents on Arch Street. In the past, you used to be able to, all the residents there were able to use the city parking lot whenever the street sweeping was occurring during that time frame. I'm assuming that that's something that is no longer allowed, so I just wanted to see what the recommendation was for all the people that are residents of that street, where they now need to relocate to whenever we shut down that street for sweeping.
Part of the thing that you did would be that portion of March Street, or any of they do opposite sides of the streets. So they'll do one side of the street to one day, and then the other side of the street the next day, so there is parking on one side.
But there's not enough parking when that happens, so.
We use the lot.
And part of that reason the lot was used for, that was because of, it was done at night. Now it's not done at night, so.
It still doesn't matter. You have homes that have
Yeah, I
5
know.
and 6 vehicles.
I know.
And it's a nightmare.
Yep.
It is a nightmare.
So what's going to be the solution?
What's that?
What's going to be the solution for the neighbors?
Well, that is up to council to make that decision.
How about you have a recommendation? You took your parking, how about
I didn't take your part.
That's something we'll have to work on, definitely.
Thank you.
Any other, please state your name, sir.
Mark Gittens, just a question, do we have any kind of inkling of what we would be doing with the TVs, the televisions that we have to drive all the way to Allenwood to dispose of? I just thought maybe it's something you guys could consider because they're cheap now to buy and there's a whole bunch of them and there's no way to dispose of them besides, like I said, driving an hour.
Go ahead.
Mark, you just answered your question. There's truly nothing.
Wait.
Philadelphia, around your local? Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
we used him at our office, there's a guy, he charges $5, and then he drives up. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name, because I wasn't prepared for this.
I'd love to meet that guy for real. If he
He's
pays me
coming to
$5.
the office
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
Tell me who he is. Tell me who he is.
I will.
But what we know today, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, the big cities, you can take a truckload out.
You have to
What we-
pay him, I think it's $5.
I'd love that guy.
Because when Grace Lutheran Church, we had 5 of the great big ones,
Yeah.
and he took them.
Was this
And that was only February.
recently?
February.
If you can get me his information, I'd love it. That would be a big asset.
And that would help everybody in the community.
That would be a big asset to us. Thank you.
Now I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am, please state your name.
Me?
Yes.
Jody scared me when she said Jody Walker. Jody Sheldon. I talked to council today on an issue with the noise at the car wash at Walnut and Front Street, and we'll get that resolved. But my question is to Chief Hare, if it is a Saturday or a Sunday, and Donald won't let me come home because, you know, if I don't get this answer. If it is a Saturday or Sunday, do I have to call 911?
No, you can call the non-emergency number.
And what is that number? Wait,
570.
I don't have a paper.
I'll give it to you afterwards.
I need that, because, and I know that we're all gonna work together to resolve this, as it's all summer, I put up with it last year with the music, it blaring at the car wash, I wanted to meet whoever owns it, but, anyways, we think we'll resolve it, but I know it will continue, so I need the phone number, because it's not just me, it's the whole neighborhood on the southern end, from the car wash at Front Street, so, that's it, we'll get it figured out, thank you. Now I can go home. Paul said, don't come home.
Is there any other public comment at this time? Please state your name.
Victoria Rosenberg.
It's not small no more, yeah, it's not small.
Just a few things. One, wanted to say to Chief Rupp and Sunbury Fire Department did an amazing job yesterday. And the other thing is, we have the Goodwill's Hose Company and Sweet Chaos. We started, and it's out there on the media, newspaper, radio. We started collecting things for the family. So Jeff, thank you for transferring those funds to this family. So all that information's out there. It'll be in the paper, WKOK, Newswatch, Eyewitness News. So we're collecting for 13 individuals who were affected by that fire. So we got those efforts going. Number two, just want to clarify the use of city property and how we do the applications for this. So, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong. So when somebody does the application, does that have to wait till it goes before Parks and Rec?
No, once you notify the date, yours is accepted.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking when someone fills out the form, to say someone comes in tomorrow and they want to use Cameron Park on Saturday and it's available, you can just approve that, it doesn't have to go to Parks and Rec?
That's correct.
Okay, that was my question with that, because the ones I did fill out, it was told that they needed to be approved at the Parks and Rec board, so I was just wondering how that was gonna work if someone came in a couple days before when they needed it. So, right now, mine were approved, everything's good to go. The only other thing I have, and this is just a dead horse, and I'm gonna beat it till it happens. Advertising for the meeting that was at 5:30 was in the newspaper. It wasn't anywhere else. Where was it?
Online, yep, yeah, true. Wasn't online, right?
Because I read it. I wish I would have cut it out, I could have showed
Or
it.
on their face.
Oh, other than, oh, I'm sorry.
So the city has two other things that they can utilize to advertise. Right?
Oh, yes, we have the
Okay.
Facebook page and website.
And it wasn't on
So
either.
that meeting was not on the website under the calendar for meetings, it was not there. Okay.
Is it there?
And also on the Facebook page, there's nothing going on there. The last thing that was, I'm glad the city is excited about the kickoff, because that's what's out on the Facebook page right now. So 5 days ago was a kickoff, 2 days ago was a kickoff, and nothing out on that page since February 17th. So what I've heard over the years is, that's where our public is. They're on social media. People go to that website because I get the phone calls when they can't find it, so that I can help them work right through it and figure it out. We've got to do a better job of communicating with our community. That it's got to be there. So whoever's responsible for this, please get it out there, because I share that information out. But it really needs to come. That's where you're going to build that connection with the community so that they feel informed and have that information. Okay, so we've got to be utilizing that website better and the social media, because that's where the people are going to see it. A lot of people don't get the newspaper. Okay, unfortunately, sorry, Francis, but we talk about wanting to be a community and having people part of the process. Communication is part of the process. Okay, please, thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank you yesterday for bringing the water and the sandwiches and the chips to the firefighters. I appreciate you doing that for them.
Right, that's part of a new process that we're doing with the Sunbury Fire Department. So the Goodwill's Hose Company is going to be putting together a support unit. I met with the Americas today, so we're using pieces and parts from all the fire companies in town to put this together, because the goal of a support unit, and I will be calling on the community to help with that as well, but the goal of that support unit is to be there to hydrate and to feed the firefighters, and our ultimate goal is to make sure that every first responder on that scene goes home at the end of the day. So that's what it's all about. So that's where I'm trying to work on getting the vehicle, doing some grants and things like that, but hopefully we can. So right now I respond with my vehicle and I just stick my head out the window and go, woo, woo, and then we get there, so that's how we do that.
I'd like to thank the Sunbury Fire Department and all the surrounding fire companies for yesterday. You guys did an excellent job. I'd like to applaud you. Everything that goes to a fire like that, and you stuck around and helped everyone. You guys, I just can't express enough how grateful I am for all you guys do. Especially you, Fire Chief.
I was there. Any other public comment at this time?
My name's Tammy Kunzman, and if we could actually read out loud this new public nuisance statement, so the community actually knows what is entailed, kind of like the commercial ordinance when you just did readings and didn't really let anyone know exactly what the change was. I think that's also like, we're a little surprised.
This is the second reading tonight.
Yes, when you had the first reading, that's all you did was read the line that was on here, and we don't know what's getting changed. Especially since we're saying buildings are getting taken.
How about if we make copies? It's pretty long.
Okay.
If we make copies and make them available?
I mean, I guess.
Is that acceptable?
It's usually less time, usually copies made available.
They're in the clerk's office.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other public comment at this time? Any other public comment? Please state your name.
I just did it just to, no, I just want to say that I'm not being biased or anything, I'm just saying that I think the whole commercial property ordinance thing that you guys are doing is terrific. Everybody has been complaining for years and years and years about the blighted properties and everything. You know, you have fires, all these buildings are becoming parking lots. Now you're doing something, the ball got, you know, rolling a little bit ago, but now you guys are really moving it forward. And don't let anybody deter you, even if they're gonna come up here and kind of threaten your reputations if you're, if you don't exempt them. But I think that you guys are doing a great job. And I appreciate seeing the city moving forward and trying to take action so our whole downtown doesn't become a parking lot. So that's all I wanted to say.
Please state your name.
Debbie Shelvin, I agree with everything she said. I don't own a commercial property, but I do own a couple properties in town besides my own home. And I spend thousands to make sure my home looks nice. And I think commercial properties that especially have tenants on the second and third and fourth, they should be doing it for the health and welfare of those people. Or don't buy real estate in commercial real estate in town if you don't want to maintain the property. And I understand what happened to the older woman at the Dollar Tree. That's unfortunate, but that was years. I wish she would have said something. But I commend you all for doing this right now and getting things started. I just hope all the commercial people all work together for what's best for our community. It's not only the appearance when people are traveling through our town. That's where they think their first impression of the city of Sunbury. And I lived here for 56 years and I love this town. So I would do anything to help, but I don't own a commercial property. And I'm not saying that to down anybody who does. I just think you need to work with the city. And one more thing, we bought the Applebaum Law Firm in 2016, and I know it was a dentist's office. Jeff Applebaum spent thousands of dollars to be in compliance with that, whatever that word is, NECI, whoever. We worked with the code office. He did every stitch and thing that was on their list because he had to. So if we all just did that, we would have better properties in the community. That's just my opinion of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other public comment at this time? All right, I adjourn this meeting.